Good morning. Hey guys, welcome back to Social Work Scrapbook. In today's video, we are planning for a brand new year. So I'm going to set the tone and get ready to create a vision board with you and then draft out my January, specifically how I get everything done. It's one of my most asked questions is how do I balance it all? So today I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. But first, we need to gather up some motivation for a brand new year. And I love doing this by creating my top 10 things I would like to manifest towards myself. I do this every year. Actually, I do this twice a year. And if you want to see these worksheets, these planning worksheets that have helped me out, I am going to link them in the description box below. I also have a full video about this. Right now, I'm taking you into my favorite way to create my vision board, right? We want to really try to see all of these 10 goals pop out and see them in action, right? Bonus points for printing them out and putting them somewhere you can see them every day, even if this is a lock screen on your phone or just, print them out and put them in your journal, which I love to do as well. So I think I'm going to do that this year. So as I'm going through Pinterest, I know Pinterest can be a deep dark hole and you can get stuck here and sometimes even overwhelmed by some of the images here. So one of my favorite little tips about Pinterest is once you have a good 2 or 3 images, then I like to scroll all the way down to this little space down here. Pinterest gathers up whatever is similar to the images that you've already saved. So what I'm doing is slowly going down, keeping my main goals in mind and adding images that are aligned to those goals that I listed, those top 10. One of those was traveling. So I'm going to add in passports right there. I also want to transform and be known for changing and decolonializing mental health. Once you're in this field for quite some time, and I think people are realizing this more and more earlier, even if they're not in the field, is that mental health can be very, very stigmatizing and it's very problem focused. So I want to kind of bring around more of a holistic viewpoint. And I think once we can do that, we can make mental health much more accessible, especially social work. There's so much stigma around it, which is why I created a channel like this one. I also want to grow in my relationship with my husband. You may know that we have been together since high school. This will be our 16th year of marriage. If you follow us over at The Goody Life, we are going to be sharing more marriage insights. So this is a good look at my board and it all together. I'm going to rearrange it just to kind of bring some balance to it. We choose a word of the year every year, and that's consistency for this brand new year. So consistency is more important than perfection. I'm going to remind myself of this and just try to stay consistent in my exercise routine, consistent in my growth, in my learning, in my steps. Small steps add up to big goals. So this is how the vision board is looking. I have a lot of self-care on here that is more gauged around inner growth and some physical too. I've kind of shied away from this. I have been wanting to lose some weight and just get healthier as I get older, choose better habits, eating habits, workout habits, and of course, still work on always creating that family bond and that bond with my husband as well. You'll see relationships are on here just a bit. Because that's really important. Being in a relationship for as long as I have and growing up with your partner is not easy. So it's kind of hard to kind of keep that mystery there, but I want to keep learning and growing for myself, but also learn and grow and see who my husband is becoming as well. I think that's the key, right? It's just allowing each other to grow throughout your relationship. Okay, so now that we have a good view of what I would like to attract for 2023, I'm going to jump into the nitty-gritty. So this past year, my husband did gift me the Apple Watch, and I'm loving it. If you've watched my past videos, you know that I'm also an avid Google. My whole workplace is a Google workplace. So I'm going to start by merging these two calendars together, and it wasn't too hard. Essentially, you're just going to go to adding an account and then linking your Google account in. So you can see it already populated. And I have a few calendars going here. I have a calendar for all. That's where I keep all my work stuff, all my own children's like days off, things like that I need to know about. Then next step, right, in keeping with the Apple planning features. So I'm going to open up a reminder for the month of January and start listing out, right? This is like a brain dump of all the things I know need to get done this month. Now that I've dumped most of everything in here, I'm going to lean back into some of my planning pages. Again, these are linked down below. And look to see what I'm missing, right? In my wheel of self-care, what am I missing out of here? I'm also going to look at my main goals to see if I am aligning with them and if I'm taking the small action steps that are needed to really reach these goals. So let's take a look. Before I do that, actually, I want to show you that you can date in and put due dates for these different tasks. So I'm going to do that for some of these, especially the very important adulting ones, like getting my car inspected, ultimately to update my driver's license, my state ID, and my registration for my car. I live here in Texas. My own social work license needs to be renewed this year as well, so I have a little video up on that. I'm probably gonna have to watch it myself just to remind myself about all of the new licensing requirements and things like that. But that'll be in March. We'll do another plan with me, hopefully. So let me know if you're liking those and what you want to see more of in these plan with me videos. Okay, so as I'm dating these, again, have my wheel of life circle over here off to the side, and I want to just make sure that I am touching on each of these different segments. It is easy just to put in the adulting stuff, and this is seriously what burns us out. Not only as a professional or a social worker or a student, but also just as a human being, life can be so draining. So we have to make sure that we are implementing every segment of life, from health to family to our own growth, our spirituality, relationships, career, social life. So I'm going to add on here because I do see some things missing. I'm going to go ahead and add on here towards the bottom. I want to have a date night. I would like to do that, or a date day, at least once a month, right? I listed that relationship and growing with my husband is something I want to continue to do. So I need to then plan for that. Okay. Now I have my reminders here, and I am going to start plugging them into my calendar. I don't like to do these types of adulting things, and I know that Monday is typically my husband's day off, so I'm also going to have a day off, so hopefully we'll find a card place that is open on MLK Day and get that done together. Another thing, I'm going to have to open up my work calendar as well, my district calendar, to see when I have some days off. So MLK Day, I know we have off already, but I will check that calendar in just a bit. Before that, I don't have it here on my January. Oh, I do. So supervision. I'm going to start supervision with a brand new social worker very soon at work. So that's something that I want to go ahead and plan in. I am a board-approved supervisor in the state of Texas, and for any LMSW that is wanting to go for their clinical license, they need to have at least 100 supervision hours with a board-approved supervisor. So I have a few supervisees, and we have already planned out these days. So I am gonna put them in for the month of January. I'm going to check them off so they can leave my reminder list and I kind of can get them out of the way so I could see what else I need to plan in. This family barbecue with my father-in-law and my husband's side of the family. We didn't see them over the holiday break, so we are going to be doing a fun little barbecue that's already set in stone. So I want to go ahead and plan that out. I also see that my son is going to have a basketball game that morning. So this is really crucial to kind of making sure everything fits in and we're not canceling plans with anybody. My dad's birthday is also this month, so I'm gonna pull some money and go shopping for a birthday gift. Let's see, I'm also going to remove the Christmas tree and start taking down all of the Christmas stuff, but not sure if that's gonna get done or when it's gonna get done. Might leave them up a little longer, maybe for the family gathering. We shall see. This month, we are wanting to work on some home, not renovations, but just additions. We have a meeting to put a brand new deck in the backyard. So I'm excited for this one. My husband has already told me to mark this off since last month, so I will mark it off. I am looking at recording videos right now, and for those of you that wonder when I do this, it's typically when my husband has drill. So he is in the Air Guard and works at least one weekend out of the month. So I'm going to plot in that weekend that he works so that I don't get my hopes up to do any family things on that day, and also I can do some recording on that day. I do want to do family outings. We recently got a Top Golf gift card and I've never been, so I do want to go with the whole family. I'm going to add in the batch recording of videos, and I can record maybe 2 to 3 videos on one day and then maybe the next day. All right, what else is left on here? Okay, so we have a date night. What else? I do need to draft up my exercises. There's nothing worse than having the goal to exercise and lose weight, but then not knowing what to do once you get into the gym or once you are on the track or whatnot. So I do want to draft out what I plan on doing. So at first I thought I was going to do this for the month, but knowing myself, I want to do this each week. Really cool feature here is, and most calendars have this, but the ability to repeat, right? So I want this to repeat every week, right? Every week on a Monday, I want to just draft out, make sure it's making sense to me, because every week I do have a different energy level, and I will share my cycle synced calendar very soon. This is in particular, I feel very helpful as a female to plan my week, especially my social activities, around my own clock and calendar, which is my menstrual cycle. Sorry if that is TMI, but I'm going to show you exactly how I do that in just a little bit. Kind of thinking I should probably put the actual exercises I plan on doing, or at least the time that I plan on doing that, which is going to be after work. I've tried to do early AM workouts, but that doesn't work. So here is a little look at my cycle calendar. So for the follicular phase, I know that walking, running, actually cardio and jogging is that I'm going to be capable of doing this. So I want to add in some jogging already for this week, and I will be doing this after work. As I was mentioning before, I've tried to do early AM workouts. doesn't work for me. So I'm going to have to do this after work. I get off at 4:30, so I'll take about a few minutes to get changed over and then do some jogging. The weather here in Texas has been very beautiful. It's like spring-like weather in the mid-70s and by this time in the afternoon. So I think that'll work out, at least for this week. We'll just plan out for a jog. Yeah, because I already passed, as you can tell when I'm making this video, it is 9:15-ish in the morning, so I've already passed, and that means that's already checked off, which is really good. On to the next thing is my meditation. This is something that I didn't do enough of last year at all, but whenever I did it, I felt so balanced. So I want to start off slowly. I've been doing at least 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I'll just work my way up because meditation, not that much. Meditation is very hard for me to do, to disconnect. But when I do it, I am very grounded and I do feel like I'm getting like a good sense of my instinct. It comes back to me. So I'm going to start planning that for once a week, Wednesday mornings. That I can do in the morning as an AM morning routine, but I'll keep it to once a week for now. This is a good glimpse of my cycle calendar that's put in there. And I add this in kind of lastly because as I'm planning in those social activities like date night, I want to make sure that I am going to have the energy, right? The social energy to do this. My social battery as an introvert is very, very low. So I want to make sure that I am using my cycle calendar to my advantage. So that's going to be around ovulation or follicular. I noticed here that my husband does have drill. That means he's going to work all weekend, this last weekend of January. And I'm super drained whenever this happens. It's weird because I'm an introvert, but I really need him to ground me. And I miss him when I don't get to see him over the weekend. It's like too much alone time. So I am going to probably plan in a self-care day on this day, so we can do something fun together and I don't have to try to secure babysitting and I don't have to just be overwhelmed with that whole process. So we will do that on the last Monday of the month. And now I know going into work what day I would like to request, and having a day off on the schedule. I know I just got off of winter break, but there is no shame if you have the days. Take them. That's what they're for, especially if I know my social battery is going to be very, very low. So I'm going to go ahead and do this without worry. All right, I've changed the color settings on here a little bit because I figured they were just blending together a little bit too much. So I'm changing my calendar to pink so those stand out a little bit more. And now I can see, as far as family, I do want to plan in a little game night here. I think staying in would be very nice to do for myself and for everyone. So I'm going to make it special and put a little note here. I'm loving this calendar setup, by the way, to buy some snacks, to buy some drinks, to make it special for us and the kids and everybody, and make a little playlist here on Spotify, and just kind of have a fun, like everyone choose a game thing. That's kind of what I'm seeing happening for that Sunday night, because I know Monday we'll have the day off, so we can kind of make it a little late night Sunday. I think it'll be pretty fun. So that's it. That's a glimpse at how I get it all done as a working mom, supervisor, loving wife, all the things. It does get a little overwhelming. So this is a good setup. I am giving a little glimpse of February. If you enjoyed this, let me know. But I really do feel I'm going to come back with some more planning videos, maybe next month, showing you how I plan within the workplace for my work calendar. Maybe we could do that and kind of follow up on this month and see how I did with all these activities that are on the board, these date nights, everything like that. But if you want to see the details and day-to-day of that family life, go ahead and check out this video. I'm going to pop it up on the screen. This is from my family channel. Me and my husband started a family channel a while back, but we are really going to get into it, adding more vlogs, parent insights, and marriage and relationship insights and advice and things like that. So check that out next, and I will see you next time. Until then, I'm wishing you social work success. Bye, guys.